皆さんおはようございます。今日はHaruka Taniと一緒に来ています。Harukaさん、よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
13人くらいグアムで会いましたか？
はい、グアムで最初にキッズので会いました。
そうですね。なぜグアムで引っ越しました？
私の父の仕事の都合で、私と母がグアムに行きました。
そうだね。グアムに引っ越した時、英語を習いましたか？
私は日本で少し英語やってたけど、英会話できるほどじゃないから、ハーベストに通い始めてから英語を習いました。
はいはい。今は英語は上手です。
はい、バイリンガルで、英語の時は英語、日本語の時は日本語。
はい、わかりました。今から英語を話してと大丈夫ですか？はい、ありがとうございました。We just got permission to speak English, and thank you so much for that. I've known Haruka for a long time now, and her story has been amazing of your testimony for the Lord and what God's done in your life. Can I ask you, how did you become a Christian?
I became Christian after hearing about books of Revelation when I was in Harvest Christian Academy Guam. I went to Harvest from fourth grade, and that was first time I heard about Bible and God and Jesus. And at first I did not understand anything because I did not understand any English. And as I started understanding English, I started understanding about Christ and God. And in the sixth grade, I learned about the gospel and the whole story. And after that, I learned about books of Revelation. And I'm very thankful to the Harvest that they let me stay in Harvest for the sixth grade, and books of Revelation hit me a lot, and that reason why I became Christian.
That's amazing. Now, before you ever came to Harvest in Guam, which was the ministry that I worked at, I watched you grow up in many ways. Before you came to Guam, did you ever hear about Jesus? Did you ever hear about the gospel?
I never heard about the Bible or the gospel. Now I know that the people who was around me knew about Bible, but they never taught me. And also where I went to school when I was still in Japan, there was no church around. So I never saw any church. I never heard about Bible or the gospel.
What do you think makes it so hard in Japan for the gospel to flourish? What's been difficult for you being a Christian here?
In Japan, it's hard for me to be Christian because I can't find anyone who is Christian. I did find a church when I came back to Japan. At first, I heard it was a very good Christian organization, but they started being not good Christian organization as they go against the Bible, then just get confused, and it's kind of became hard for me to stay Christian, and also because of my parents, because my mom hear about it, my dad hear about it, but they also kind of do not ungodly stuff, so it's kind of hard for me to stay Christian.
Yeah, and by stay Christian, you mean kind of keep thriving in that Christian life, right?
Yes.
One of the amazing things of me watching your story is there's been 1,000 things against you, right? home life and not having many young people and living in a location where Christianity is looked down upon. And yet I've watched you maintain your walk with the Lord through all those difficulties. And God is so good with that, right? When you look at the future and you know how big God is, what is your hope for the future? What do you hope God could do with your life?
At the church that I go now, they let me take care of the kids. I just pray that all the experience that I had from university and what I got from the teaching experience and also me knowing English and Japanese and that God can use all of what I have in the future. I just pray that God can use that sensitiveness to do in the future discipleship and stuff like that.
Well, it's so cool to me because I met you 13 years ago. I watched you grow in the Lord. The Lord led us to Osaka. The last 5 weeks you've been with us at church. We've been growing in our relationship with you, with our family, and just watching your desire to live for God. And we're so excited to see what God's going to do. We selfishly hope that Lord would lead you to Osaka, but we're so glad how God's using you, and we look forward to seeing what God's going to do in your life. Thank you so much for being with us today.